Hello folks, I'm Rebus Games, and this is the game I have been working on. It is a game where you pilot this mech, and you will get to fight giant monsters eventually. For now, there's just targets. But, yeah. So, when I made this game, I planned on you controlling the mech mostly through these two joysticks. Um, and to start my sort of demonstration, devlog, whatever you call it, we're going to start with this one. This one is the lateral movement joystick. Whichever way you tilt it determines the direction that your mech moves. And if you tilt it a little bit, you go slowly. If you tilt it all the way, you go faster. So, that's the movement joystick. It does that sometimes. I don't know why, but it's not a game-breaking problem because it's just a visual bug, so for now we're going to just leave it while I make more important stuff for the game. You stop that. So how that movement actually works is the face, or the front, I guess I should say, is this little tip, and when you grab it, the hand sends the information of where it is to the joystick, and the joystick finds the direction it needs to rotate to look at the hand, and it just does that, unless if it glitches out, like that. Okay, but stop it, stop. Okay, good boy. Where was I? Alright, this joystick controls rotation. So put it to the right side to rotate right, put it to the left side to rotate left, and if you put it in the middle, it stops rotating. So you can keep it at high speed and just suddenly stop and go back to high speed if you want to, because this one also does slow rotation and then fast rotation based on how much you press the joystick down. This one's the last joystick. This one lets you look up into the sky, which will be very useful if you're fighting flying enemies, but currently doesn't really do too much. Let's get that in line. So, next up for movement, we have these 3 green buttons. Oh, I just punched my mic. That's not good. Yeah. I hope you guys can still hear me, or I'm going to have to redo this because I punched my mic again. Okay. So, you can combine these two to sort of strafe around. I put a lot of work into making this movement really smooth so that it doesn't make you nauseous, or it at least doesn't make me nauseous. But yeah. Oh, I don't want to rotate. Stop that. I don't want to move. You stop that too. Actually, I do want to move. Okay, so we're demonstrating these next buttons. The middle button is a jump button, and you can jump multiple times even when you're in air because it jumps by rocket boosters. And then you can sort of fly if you continuously press the jump button. It works by communicating with the mech when it is pressed, and then it turns red, as you can see, to demonstrate that it's on a cooldown. And the mech says, the mech always has a desired height that it should be at, which is its height from the ground, displaced by its height from this button, basically. Now, what do we do next? Yes. So these buttons right here on either side are dash buttons. So let's go a ways away. The left button is a forward dash. So I'm going as fast as I can right now. I press the forward dash and my speed gets a multiplier that makes me go a lot faster. Now, if I press the other button, I dash away from the direction I'm currently running, because that one adds the same speed multiplier, but it's negative. Um, it's a good way to really get around fast. And again, it's smooth motion, so you don't get nauseous. Um, okay, now we get to talk about weapons. So each of these joysticks, the left is attached to whatever arm you have equipped on the left side, and the right is equipped to whatever arm you have equipped on the right side. So when you're holding both of these and moving around, you can click on one and it will fire a shot. You can fire them pretty rapidly if you want to. Yeah, and you can fire both at once, and you can go crazy. But these buttons are different. So, well, the one is the same. These buttons are eventually going to be different firing modes. So what the plan is you press one of these and it changes the mode that is, or it changes how what you fire is done. But right now, we have this one, which fires a shot and then reloads a shot and fires another shot. So that way you can constantly be firing. And what that is it'll just be a toggle when that'll turn your firing mode into a toggle, basically, so you can toggle auto firing. Then we have this one, which quickly fires all of the shots that are currently loaded in the weapon. This one is reload button, which is going to be phased out because I'm just going to have everything automatically reload, and it's going to be turned into basically an unarmed attack. Also, these screens, which I haven't mentioned yet and probably should have by now, are gunner sights. So you can see whatever your gun is looking at, and then you can fire. And it's a bit more accurate than just looking head on, because the guns, which you can see out there, are displaced, and you can also see the bullet exit from the barrel, and it's kind of cool, I think. What should we do next? The mini map. Okay, mini map. Blue is for waypoints. Currently, this waypoint is just here as an example, so it doesn't like bounce to another area or anything. And you can see all of the things rotate around. This is done just by, I get their position relative to the mech, and then I find the mech's rotation, and I find the sort of distance. Yeah. And I rotate it by the rotation. And then I put it out a distance based on how far it is from the mech. Yeah, that's correct. Woo. Okay, next up, oh, we're almost done. Next up, we have this button. Hello, this button. This button blinks and flashes red. There's eventually going to be like an alarm sound when you lift it up, because when you lift it up, it's activated, and that button is the self-destruct button. Now, an important note, these mechs are technically drones that you are piloting from somewhere else, and you are piloting them the exact same way that you're piloting them in the game. So the game has realism that way. And it allows you to sort of not have to care about keeping your mech alive. You can blow up your mech as much as you want. You can deploy multiple mechs over the course of a single mission. You can blow them all up if you really want to. As long as you defeat your enemy, you can reclaim a bunch of the destroyed parts. So it won't be a major sacrifice. Now, talking about parts, let's talk about the arms a little bit. So the arms are on either side, as you can see them, and there's also going to be a head part, but I don't have that yet. That one you'll fire with a button that I'm thinking of putting like right here. And your chassis will have an ability that it gets to use, and that one will also be right here. And then your legs will have like a stomp ability or something like that, and I'm going to put that one over here. Fuck, I just dropped my mic. Hello, Mike. Are you okay? Hopefully you are still recording. Okay. If that is still recording, then I'm going to be real for a second. It's really hard to not punch the mic when you can't see. I need a better system for that. Anyway, where was I before I punched my mic? Oh, so I had a question for anyone who may be watching of where do I put the thing that tells you how much ammo you have loaded in your gun and how much ammo you have left sort of on the mech. So I can put it here on either gun. I could put it in the right corner on both. I could put it just on the corner closer to you, or I could put both of them right here on the mech's window. Additionally, talking back about arms again, when one of your arms is destroyed, this screen is going to go black and you're not going to be able to see out of it anymore. And when the head, which is like the main camera, which is why you got this so much clearer, is destroyed, you lose the big window and you have to communicate, or you have to see and go around only by your weapon arms. And if you lose all of your sight, well, there's always the big red button. Hello, big red button. Ooh, no. It doesn't explode yet, it just exits you out of the game at this point. Which I thought would be a little fun just for testing. I get to press the red button. But that's all from me, I think. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and there will be more to come even if you didn't. So please let me know if you guys have any ideas for things you want me to put in the game. I'm currently just working on sort of a tutorial for a demo that I can put out there, and I'll let you guys know when that's ready. But yeah, I'm happy with what I've made so far, and I hope you guys like it too. Thank you, and that's me signing off.